Are you ready? Are you nervous?
No.
Positive?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
You got to rank it.
We need to figure out an intro eventually.
I just did one.
No, like an actual intro.
Oh.
You like that list?
No.
Oh, okay. But I wanted to catch y'all by surprise. It worked, didn't it?
It did. You want to cut from there?
Nope, they're looking at us.
I'm going to start over.
You nervous?
Are you scared of it?
What you're doing matters more than just football. I don't know. We'll probably cut it.
We're so back.
That is terrible.
God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Jesus+Football podcast. We're very excited to be back talking with you guys again. Once again, my name is Zach. This is Noah. We are here sitting down talking about everything we got going on right now.
Yeah.
Which coming up first and foremost is the Ithaca camp.
This Saturday.
Talk about that coming up
fired
Saturday.
up.
Yep.
We have K through 12. Bunch of signups. Signups still rolling in. Super excited. Up to your stomping grounds, man.
I know. Back home.
Back home. Get to see the family.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Super excited, though. So if you're around the Lansing area and you're interested, come to a camp. Come hang out with us. Come learn about Jesus. Come learn some good football. Come get your lips sunburnt like mine.
Yep.
They hurt. Mm-hmm. They are cooked. But other than that, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
fired up. I was going to do fired up and excited together.
Yeah. No, I'm very, very excited to be back. Like Noah said, Lansing area, Mount Pleasant area, Saginaw area, Ithaca kind of splits all three of those big cities. So if you are in the area, we'd love to have you out there and get after it for camp number 2 of the summer tour.
If you're driving up north anywhere and you're like in the middle of nowhere and all you see is cornfields,
You're probably close.
and you all of a sudden see a stadium that looks like it belongs in Texas in the middle of nowhere, you got to Ithaca.
You found Ithaca.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. That's the basics.
Absolutely. Why don't you run through what we got today?
Running through it today, talking about obviously the sports world, things that we are very, very interested in, of course.
Yep.
Just finished up the NBA Finals.
We did.
First ever championship for the Oklahoma City Thunder, which I think is cool, definitely for those fans and for that city. Went to a Game 7.
It did.
Which I think is just electric.
Yeah.
Whatever sport,
Yep.
World Series, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Final, whatever it is, Game 7 is just absolutely electric.
Like every single game the entire season comes down to that game.
Comes down to one.
It's pretty sweet.
Comes down to one. So I thought that was awesome. But building off of that, going into kind of talking about championships in specific, you sent it out in your email this morning for the company talking about, you work so hard for so many years of your life chasing that goal of being the best in the world, basically. NBA Finals, it's the world championship. That's what it is.
Yep.
You achieve that, right? Is it difficult now to find the motivation coming back next year to do it again, right? Because you work so hard and have so much pent-up tension and aggression chasing after that goal, then you reach it.
Yeah.
You're there. You're at the mountaintop. Next season, you start the climb again from the bottom, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Is the same hunger still there? Is the same fire still there? In your opinion, is that something difficult to do when you kind of feel like you've reached the top of the mountain?
Well, I think there's two. It's a yes or it's a no. There's two different sides. Winning it, you can be like, okay, I've chased what I wanted to do. I'm good. I'm done. Like, I can live my life now. I can go do whatever I can. Now I can go chase the money rather than trying to chase a championship. Maybe that's your thought, and you're just kind of content with whatever it is, and then you're good to go. The other side of it is this was the greatest feeling in my life. I want it again. And then you start that chase all over again, and it's more so about, hey, I want to win more than I want whatever else it is, because I think a true winner is, okay, I've got this, and we won the championship, but now, me being a true winner, I want to go do it again. I want to be the best I can ever be. And so I think that's one side of it. The other side is, okay, I've done this. And I think that honestly is the loser mindset. Hey, I just won a championship. I did what a lot of other people can't do. Now I can chill. And I think that is a loser mindset. I think that's a mindset of someone who's okay with being where they're at and not chasing more. With that being said, though, I think you get into the dilemma of now what? And you come to realize that. And Tom Brady's a perfect example. I think we talked about it before with Tom Brady. Like, I think after he won 2 or 3 Super Bowls, he's sitting there and he's thinking, okay, now what? And he's telling this reporter, he's like, there's got to be something more. And Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowls, and he's still saying there's got to be something more to life or more to this sport or whatever. Like, what does that tell you after winning 1 championship? Like, it's not all it cracks up to be. So those are just kind of my couple thoughts. My personal experience with it, I've lost 2 national championships, and I am so in that. I know it was the losing side of it, but I'm so eager to get back to that point, and I'm chasing that, and that's kind of the motivation that you have every single day. With that being said, I don't think my mindset, if I would have won one of them, would have been to be, okay, now I can chill. I think it would have been, okay, let's go get another one so I can say, boom, I got 2 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just kind of my thoughts with that.
No, I'm with you. And I think, there are kind of those 2 ways of taking it. I think in some sense for everybody, at least initially, there is a sense of relief. There's a sense of, oh my, like we finally did it. We did it. And there is a sense of kind of, you do chill for a second, right? But coming back that next season, like we said, everyone starts at the same point again.
Yeah.
When the next NBA season begins, the Thunder are going to be 0-0 just like everybody else.
Yep.
And it's a matter of how you take that. Do you now think that you are at the top of the mountain and you stay there, and now next season, no, we're the big dogs? Or is it we're back at the bottom, but now like that Tom Brady mindset of being almost so kind of addicted and obsessed with that feeling of being at the top, that feeling of ultimate achievement? Because I don't think that ever goes away no matter how many times you win. If the Thunder win the next 5 NBA Finals in a row, there's still so much work that goes into it. It's such a long season. You're playing other very good basketball teams. So there is going to be still that sense of, oh my gosh, for the 4th time in a row, it doesn't even matter, but it's that, wow, we really did it.
Yeah.
And I think you can take it as a relief of, I've done it, and that's it, or, wow, we've done it, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
And keep chasing that and keep getting back there. Like you said, probably a little bit different being on, the losing outcome of it a couple times, but the almost desperation to want to get back
100%.
and have that chance again, I think is something that we all would chase. And especially they're all professional athletes. This is their livelihood. This is what they do. So I think that drive will still be there. It's just, does it manifest in the same way now that you've won your first NBA Finals for guys like SGA, for guys like Chet?
Yeah.
You've won your first NBA Finals.
And you're young.
You're young. Mm-hmm. First NBA Finals in franchise history. I think there is going to be that drive. Like, let's turn this into a dynasty and see what happens after that.
100%. Yeah, it's. You can look at it either way. The next thought that I had with just this kind of whole topic, any sport, especially hockey, but even more so football, and just being around the sport for as long as I have, I love watching the Super Bowl, like or the trophy ceremony, the celebration, just in terms of you work so hard your entire life for that one moment, and then you lift the trophy. And like, I think people, when you see someone crying over a sport, it's not just like crying because they're happy or, we finally won it. It's like all of the work, all of the sweat, the blood, the tears that you've put in for the past 5, 10, 15, 20, even for someone who won a Super Bowl at 35, like that's 25, 30 years of hard work into that one moment to cement yourself in history forever. Like that stuff just hits hard and hits home for me, especially like that stuff gives me chills thinking about just going back to even when I was younger, the little things that you do every single day, day in and day out, working hard to chase a championship. That hits home for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that flows really, really well into what we have for the word of the day.
Good segue, man. Look at this guy.
Good segue. First time taking the reins on the show.
It's all you, man. You got it.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I'm going to leave one day, and you're going to roll with it. No,
that was the plan all along.
Yeah, he's coming to take over the company.
Flows really well, I think, into the word of the day that we're going to do. And I want to expand this outside of sports. I want to expand this into life in general, in different parts of life. I want to expand it into your job, into health and fitness, into, taking care of yourself, into your relationships, into your faith, whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
Let's take this broad. But word of the day today is discipline.
Yep.
And so just in a general sense for life, I say the word discipline, and you think what?
It's tough. The first word, and honestly, that comes to my mind, wanted to be impossible, because I think when I think discipline, I think 100%. I think full discipline. Discipline is tough. You have to be disciplined. I think, for example, a goal of mine is wake up at 5 a.m. because just get my day rolling, and we do it 4 or 5 days a week. Saturday and Sunday rolls around. Now, I'd still like to get up that early to spend time with the Lord and just have my quiet time throughout the week and kind of reflect. But discipline to me is like the constant all-in mentality, and it's so hard to do because discipline is way more important than motivation, because motivation is going to come and go, but you have to create discipline for yourself, and nobody else can do it for you. And so for me, discipline is something that you have to train every single day. And it is so, so hard to do because it has nothing to do with how you're feeling. It has nothing to do with how you feel and what you want to do, because that's motivation. If I feel good, I wake up in the morning, my alarm goes off. You think I don't want to hit snooze 8 times and turn it off and go back to sleep? But the discipline is going to get me up. Sometimes I might wake up, had a cool football dream, and I'm ready to rock. Let's go work out, 5:15, whatever. Let's go work out. That's motivation. But the discipline of me sitting on the edge of my bed, not wanting to get up, thinking, man, I don't want to do this crap, but getting up and doing it anyway, that is discipline, and that's what's going to carry you in all the days and all the times and all the life of the things that you don't want to do. And I think discipline is going to make the difference, and discipline is going to carry you when motivation won't.
Yeah, I like that. Quickly building off one point that you said, I think motivation can be dependent on external factors.
Yeah.
Right. And those different things can motivate you, right? I watch a really good sports movie and all I want to do is go work out.
Yeah.
And like those different things are the motivation. Discipline, I think, really for me comes down to not necessarily doing things when you don't want to all the time, because I think you and I would say we wake up every day, we want to spend time in the Word and grow closer to God. It's doing things when it's hard. Mm-hmm. So you wake up at 5, you know that you want to spend time with the Lord, but you got to wake your brain up quick.
Yep.
So you can really focus on that time and be intentional about it.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to do. So discipline for me is, yes, doing it when you don't want to, but also really committing to it and not just going through the motions when it's hard.
For sure.
I think that's part of taking it. And then for me, it's also self-discipline.
Yeah.
There are certain elements of discipline that can be dependent on other things, right? I would imagine you feel the same, but I feel that when you and I lift together, I probably work harder and push myself a bit harder and do more weight because you're there pushing me more so than when I'm lifting by myself, right? That's why everyone tells you work out with a partner.
Yeah.
It helps keep you disciplined, stuff like that. And there are certain elements of discipline that can be from somebody else, but self-discipline, I think, is what really makes the difference when no one's there, nobody's around.
Yeah.
Like when I'm at home by myself or I'm over at school, nobody's around checking me to make sure that I'm spending time in the Word.
Yeah.
That's a me thing. And it's the self-discipline that's required to make sure you wake up every day and do that to the best of your ability.
For sure.
And I think that discipline you can take in a lot of different ways, and there's ways to be super, super focused in certain areas on discipline, but in a broad sense, I think it's just doing things when you don't want to, doing things when it's hard, more so than motivation, because motivation is going to go up and down.
Yeah.
If you get disciplined and you get into a routine of these things, you're going to do it every day because it becomes part of your life. It's just what you do.
Yeah.
It's muscle memory, and all those kind of cliche things, but when you really apply them to your life, I feel like even though they seem cliche when you say it, actual application makes sense and really will impact your life, in my opinion.
For sure. 100%, dude. Discipline is about sacrificing what you want now to get what you want in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of good points there, I think.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of things that you and I can absolutely improve on every day. And I think it's something that everybody can keep working on.
Yeah. Well, that's why
Once-
it's all, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Discipline is a continued chase because you're never going to be 100% disciplined because you're always chasing perfection and we're not perfect and it's impossible. And that's why it's a continued chase. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. I absolutely agree. And I think
Yeah.
it's one of those things that you can't ever get perfect at. You know, it's something that we're going to fail because we're human and the flesh does fail and it's not going to be perfect ever.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where we chase after it every day, the same way we chase after a relationship with God.
Yep.
It's 100% impossible to earn and deserve the love that God gives for us.
Yeah.
Because we're not perfect.
Yep.
We sin. We are dirty, rotten sinners down to the core.
Yeah.
Because that's what we are. But
Well, if we could earn it, Jesus died on the cross for nothing.
exactly. It's that love, that forgiveness, that grace that is given to us by God that allows us to wake up and try again.
Yeah.
To do it again, even though it's one thing we're never going to achieve, but we can always get better at it.
Yep. 100%. Absolutely, brother. It's good stuff.
I think we're getting deep. I think it's time to work into a quote.
Old or new?
Let's go old today.
Let's go old school.
Old school.
Old school as in 2022.
That's 3 years ago now.
Are we old?
Yeah, we're old. We're old as dirt now.
All right, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
I want to be known by this one word, genuine. It's kind of like two words of the day in one.
Yeah.
What do you think about the word genuine?
I think it's something that's hard to find in people, maybe more so nowadays than in the past, but I can't really speak to that.
We're not that old.
I just think it's hard to find, period. I
Yeah.
think it's hard to find people who genuinely care. I think it's very easy to find nice people. There's plenty of nice people here and
Completely
there.
two different things.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I think being genuine is being open. It's being real. It's being sometimes vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's
Everyone wants to be
sacrifice.
tough nowadays.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's sacrifice. I think it involves some element of sacrifice for
Yeah.
the people that you care about
Yeah.
and showing that genuine care and concern for people. I don't know. That's a good one.
Yeah. I don't think the quote itself is too hard to explain, but more so genuine.
Mm.
And I think the word that I would attach to genuine immediately is intentional,
Mm-hmm.
because so many times we go throughout our days and we're just going through the motions just to get done, just to get back home, just to get in bed, to wake up and do everything over again
Right.
and live for the weekends, or, live for a vacation once a year and then work your life away the other 50 some weeks of the year. That to me is not a good way to live life. And I think going back to it, and the whole purpose of our summer camps and everything that we're doing this summer is about relationships. Being genuine is how you build relationships. You can't fake building a lasting relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And being genuine creates lasting relationships. Being genuine creates meaningful relationships that are going to stick with you when you need them most.
Mm-hmm.
Man, 2 words of the day in one.
2 words of the day, but I also think there's a thought to go off of with that quote.
Yeah,
It's like, how do you want people to talk about you when you're gone?
100%.
And that doesn't necessarily mean, gone from this earth. That could mean, when people come to a Jesus and football camp
Yep.
and they leave,
Yep.
get in the car and go home, what do you want them to remember about Noah Boudry?
Yeah.
What do I want them to remember about Zach
100%.
Poff?
Yes.
And genuine, I think, is great. I think
Yeah.
genuine is, if that's what people think of me, then I think I'm crushing it way more than I feel like
For
I
sure.
am. But I think it's about how do you want to be remembered
Yeah.
from every interaction in those relationships. What's the kind of impact that you want to have, right? I think we could all say positive.
Yeah.
Very few people in the world want you to interact with them and think, wow, that was terrible. But, you know, we want positive impacts, but I think we want real impacts.
Yeah.
You know, I want a kid to leave a Jesus and football camp and not just say, oh, yeah, that was fun. I want them to say, wow, that was so much fun. And those guys were so real and so passionate about Jesus and about what they do. I want to be like that. I want to give my life to Christ.
100%.
And that's the kind of impact that I don't think there's no amount of money, there's no amount of things that you could ever give me that would amount to that.
Yeah.
You know, and it sounds cliche. It sounds, you know, super, nicey nice, but it is real. It's 100%. The purpose of what we're doing this summer. And I think that's genuine.
I think 100%. I agree with you 100%. I think the reason for starting Jesus and football and the reason for doing all of the things that I do, I don't want, and you battle with it, you fight with it every single day in terms of, you want people to like, I want people to like me. I think the flesh inside of me, like, that's natural. But more so, I want people to think that I'm such a good person and think, hey, that's a good role model. I want to be like him. But I don't want them to look at me. I want them to look at my role model. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to see, hey, I want to be like Noah Boudry. I want them to see and think, I want to be like the person Noah Boudry wants to be like. And that's kind of my thought process with that. And because Jesus was genuine. When people talked about Jesus and when they thought about Jesus, the things that they would say is he cared. And I want people to say that when they go to a Jesus football camp, they're telling themselves that coach really cared about me as a human being, not as a football, not as a number, not as just someone filling up a camp spot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it can kind of go back to the statement you and I have talked about before, but strip away Jesus and football, strip away everything about what you've done so far, right? You want people to know, when they know nothing about Noah Boudry, that you're a Christian by the way that you act.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And it's that same thing. I think it goes back to genuine and how you want to be, what you want to be known for. The goal should always be, no matter what I'm wearing, no matter what I'm doing, where I'm at, I want people to look at me and my attitude and how I act about things and know that guy's a Christian.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's kind of what we want to portray and what we want to be down to the core.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely, brother. Man, we're killing it right now. God is speaking.
A lot of good points today.
It's
never us.
Never.
Never
We're kind
us.
of some idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch
We
of
really
clowns.
We're about to play some dumb games, too.
I'm going to, there are competitions today.
We have competitions today.
We kind of have, fun and we kind of work together. Today's competitions.
Today's head-to-head. So you want to start with the draft? Or you want to start with playing chain link?
Let's do the draft. I'm excited about the draft.
Okay.
You want to explain it?
So we're drafting teams, 5 versus 5.
Yep.
We'll snake it.
Yep.
Drafting the most
we're
common.
snaking it. We are snaking it. That was a dumb answer. Dumb question.
Drafting the most common first names that we can think of.
Yep.
And whichever team that the people think is a better team of most common first names wins. So I'm hosting today.
You are.
I'll be a gentleman.
Let's just rock, paper, scissors. We don't need the gentleman stuff.
I'm gonna let you go first.
You're gonna let me go first. Number one, first overall pick.
You got the first pick.
I really wanted to see what you were gonna go.
Okay.
What is that?
I don't know. Something in the basement.
Is there a duck in the basement? In the vents? Okay. First overall pick, drafting common names.
Mm-hmm.
John.
All right. I'm with you.
I mean, come on.
Look, I'm with you. And I
had
the
4 main, cross it off. One of the 4 main names in the Bible, the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's great. First overall pick.
I had it on my list.
Okay.
I had it on my list. But I don't think I would have gone with it as my number 1.
Well, I think I had another one, but I don't think you're going to go number 2 with that or 3. You wanted a snake. He was trying to be a gentleman. He wasn't being a gentleman.
What I'm looking for here is names that historically have been pretty common.
Yep.
But are also really common now.
I'm with you. John is a great hit.
John's. I think
you can't walk into a room and not see a John.
I think he's losing a step. I think he is. And I want longevity.
John is a great.
So for my first pick,
go ahead.
for my first pick.
Yep.
Like, I might throw a wrench in things. You might not be expecting it, but I think it's common then. It's common now. It'll be common 50 years from now.
Please get on with it.
Maddie. You know a million Maddies.
Yeah, that are all 16 years old.
You know a million Maddies?
There is not an 84-year-old named Maddie.
There's an 84-year-old
John
Madison or a Madeline, and people call her Maddie.
Oh, so now we just get to add names. You should have went with
No,
Madison or Madeline.
No, that's pigeonholing myself.
Exactly.
Maddie. And I love that pick.
Garbage pick. That was not a good
I love
pick.
that
That
pick.
might have been your first major mess up.
No.
That was bad.
Not even close. You ready?
I'm not a big
number
fan.
2.
Go ahead. Because
Number 2?
hey, guess
Ready?
what? Let me cross it off my list. Not on there.
Ready?
Yep.
Dave.
Everyone loves Dave.
Who doesn't love a Dave?
I mean-
every single person has a Dave in their life that they
I will
love
cross
so
that
much.
one off. I love Dave.
Cross Dave off.
Shout out Dave.
Shout out all the Daves out there. You guys are killing it, and we appreciate it. We appreciate the work that your name does in this world.
It's a good pick.
Thank you.
Good pick.
Thank you.
We'll leave it at that. All right. This
You
one.
got 2. You got back-to-back
Oh, I
picks.
got back-to-back picks right now. Everybody, you know what? I'm sticking right with you right now.
Okay.
Everyone knows a Rob. Or we'll say Robert.
I'd go Rob.
Yeah, but Robert is also Bob.
This is ridiculous.
No, that is so true. Robert and Bob is the same name. Dude, just don't even get me started.
All right. So who are you drafting?
I'm drafting Robert, which is also Rob, which is also Bob, which is also Rob, Robbie, Roberta. I'm just kidding. I'm quit looking at my list. I'm 2 for 2.
Hey.
For my third overall
I'm
pick
not crossing anything off.
in the third round, you can't go into a room without a girl having this as her middle name. Anne.
So we're drafting middle names?
Anne.
As a first name.
read a 1600 century book. Anne is in there. I promise you.
This is ridiculous.
I'm on fire. I think I'm actually cooking you right now.
Okay. I don't know. Dave's a powerful pick.
Yeah, because you had to make up for the garbage first
I don't
round
know.
pick.
I don't know. All right, so I'm going my 3 and my 4 pick here.
Yeah.
I think I want to go with something that's a classic. Something that everybody knows one. You don't love him as much as you love your Dave,
Yeah.
but everyone knows one.
Okay.
Everybody knows a Matt.
Yeah.
Everybody knows a Matt.
Yeah. Are you going Matt or Matthew?
Matt, because I feel like most guys that are named Matthew, in a general sense, probably go by Matt.
I'm with you.
So I'm
Is there
gonna go with
another
Matt.
name that you could do with Matt that would be like short for like Matthias?
I wouldn't pull from that pool, though. That's unique enough. I would give him his own.
Was that a shot?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. He's unique enough that I give him his own separate thing.
Gotcha.
I'll pull the Matts and the Matthews, and that's a lot of numbers.
I gotcha.
So I'm going Matt. I think that's strong.
That's a good pick.
Strong.
That's a good pick. You have a lot of making up to do after the.
I disagree.
I think the
Listen.
word Maddie was invented. Wow, words are hard. I think the word Maddie was invented in like 1990.
1990?
Yeah, before that, just never.
It didn't exist?
No, go ahead.
All right. I think for my 4, definitely not a hard hitter, but someone who you can always rely on, and he's gonna be there. He's gonna bring the numbers. You know, he's a glue guy. Brad.
Not where I would have went.
Brad's a good glue guy, I think.
Do you know what we're doing?
Yes.
Like, this is a draft for the most common names in the world.
Yeah.
And you pull a Brad.
Mm-hmm. Brad's a glue guy.
You know any Brads?
I do know Brads.
How
I know
many?
multiple Brads. How many Brads do I know?
Don't.
3. I know 3 Brads.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I have an Uncle Brad.
Do you?
Yeah. Shout out Uncle Brad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is your last 2 picks.
Is it? It is. All right. And you have one more after?
One more after this.
This was my number 3 that I was really thinking I was going to cross off, but then you went Brad, so I wasn't really worried about it.
All right.
Everybody, and I'm talking everybody, knows this name. Like
Everyone knows all these names.
that's true, but you know people like you. I can name 5 of these in my own family right now.
Okay.
Michael or Mike.
That's a steal in the 4th round.
I would agree 100% because it was my 3rd thing, and I kind of was chilling. Like I was gonna let you take it.
That's a steal in the 4th round.
And I feel like we could do like 10 of these because I just have names that are just amazing.
That's a 4th round steal. It really is.
I'm kind of cooking right now.
All right, let's see what you got here. Last pick.
Last pick. Where do I want to go? More so. I think this is pretty good. Actually, yeah, we're going to switch it.
Okay.
Old school.
All right.
Still on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
But old school in any book you've ever went to that you've had to read in 2nd or 3rd grade. Charles.
Yeah.
Chuck. Charlie. It's a strong 5th round pick.
Solid 5th round pick. I will give you that. I'll give you that. I think I'm going to go back to the female names.
Yep.
For my last pick.
Gotcha.
Something that I feel, like Maddie, I believe that, is a classic. Something that everybody knows at least one. And you probably know more than one of multiple different ages.
Okay.
It's generational.
I gotcha.
Sarah.
You're such a suck up.
Look.
That's my mother's name.
I think it's a good name. I think it has power as a fairly common name.
With an H or without an H?
With an H. I think with an H is more common than without.
I probably would agree with you.
And I think it's a good 5th. And I think this is a lot closer than you're giving me credit for.
Do you think I win?
This would be one where I would probably concede a loss. I would take it. But
you have more names on your list?
you could argue, yeah.
Throw them out there.
Tom,
I like that. It's a good pick.
Brian,
Good pick. Both my uncles.
Allie. A little bit younger, but pretty common now.
I gotcha.
Do you have more? Give me 3 more that you have. 3 more.
Chris.
I like Chris.
I went another girl's middle name, Kay.
All right.
I think that'd be a safe one. And then I went Olivia. You know a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Olivias out there.
I think Chris would have been good because you really could have pulled from the certain women that are named Christina that go by Chris.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That would have been
There's a mouse above us.
Probably. That's fine.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's do it. Chain link.
Chain link.
Another competition. You want to explain it?
Yeah, so we'll put it up on the screen.
Oh.
We're at least going to try to put it up on the
I'm
screen.
not getting paid enough for that, but I'll try.
So we got a list of words. The first word on my chain link, Noah's got.
Yeah.
And then he's got the first letter of all the other words.
Yes.
And you got to put the chain links together and link each word.
Yep.
So that it makes sense.
Yep.
So, do I got first guess on this one? Given that you had first pick of the draft.
Sure.
Okay. So I got.
But then if you get it wrong,
then we get a letter.
you get a letter.
A letter to help us out.
Yes.
Are we going to make it take it? If I get the word right.
Oh, you're balling. You can finish right now, and then I would like.
Okay. I'm not there.
If I win or you win, say you win, I get one more chance to redeem.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm with you.
All right.
First one.
Yep.
I'm going to guess switchblade.
That is wrong.
Not switchblade.
It is not switchblade.
All right. What's my letter then?
Oh. All right. My first word is card.
Yep.
I'm going to go card game.
That would be correct.
And then I'm going to go GameStop.
That would be correct.
And I'm going to go stoplight.
That'd be correct.
Light switch.
No.
Oh. I was cooking.
You got SH.
Oh, okay.
Switch BO. Switch board. Switch box. Switch boom. Switch. Oh. Switch board. Final answer.
That is correct.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
Good job.
Switch board.
Yep.
Board M. Board man. Board money. Oh, man. This is tough. You did a good job
Thank you.
because I don't know where I'm going from here.
I appreciate that. I take good pride in this game. This might be a big episode for me.
Really?
Well, I 1-0. And then, I mean, win this 2-0.
I don't know. Board. Board man.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Very competitive. Board man, wrong.
No? What's my letter?
E. All right.
I
Light
don't even know where I'm
show.
going from there.
Light show.
Yep.
Showtime.
Yep.
Timeout.
Yep.
That's a C.
Mm-hmm.
Outcast.
Yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do I get to take a shot
You
back?
get a shot. You get one.
All right.
Come on. Heat up. I'm rooting for you. Like, now we're on the same team because I already...
See, here's where my head's at. Is there a chance that it's board men? And I was just on the wrong direction.
Oh, board man, board men. I hear you.
You know? See, but I don't even know where you could go. Board ME. Board meeting.
Yes.
Board meeting.
Mr. Athletic Director.
Board meeting. Okay. Is this next one what I would think it would be?
Okay, I want you to win, but I'm not going to help you.
Is it like, am I on the right path? Am I probably thinking the right thing?
With board meeting? Yeah, I already told you
No,
were right.
meeting R. I'm probably thinking the right thing.
You can talk, and then I want to find an
Meeting
answer.
room.
Is that your final answer?
That seems like it'd be correct.
That is correct.
Okay. Meeting room. Room S.
Come on, I'm rooting for you.
Room sign. Room stop. Room slick.
Really pulling out the competitive genes today.
No, listen, because I'm losing it. Room shower. Room sign. Room sign. Final answer. No?
Room sign.
Can I think about it?
You have been. And you had a couple good guesses, and you
No, I didn't.
decided on room sign.
Room show? Showroom would make sense, but room show doesn't make sense.
Showroom would make sense, but the word is not show, because room show is the same as room sign, not a thing.
Room sign's a thing.
You use that word pretty frequently. All right, you lost. Can you admit it? I'll help you out.
Can you give me-
Let's finish.
Okay, can you give me one letter on the S?
E.
What? Room seat.
Room service.
Room service. I got
Yeah.
this. Service call.
Close. Kind of close. I mean, not call close, but you're on the right track.
Can I have a letter?
H.
Service charge.
There you go.
Charge ball.
We're going to make a new
Charge
game.
bell.
We're going to make a new game. Room sign
what's the
and
letter?
charge ball.
What's the letter?
A.
Charge bag.
Charge the...
There's a the.
No, but I'm just this counts, but I'm trying to help you.
Charge the barge.
This episode is now 3 hours long.
No, it's not. Charge barge.
Charge barge. You know what?
Charge bar.
Let's just say it was charge barge. What would barge go with?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it's not charge barge.
Well, charge ball.
T.
Charge bath. Charge bat. Charge bat?
All right, guys, can we take a vote? He loses points for these guesses.
No, I don't.
That is charge bath?
Charge bat. Can I have a letter?
No, I would tell you that it would be done. T.
Charge bat with 2 T's? Wait, is there another T?
Yes.
Okay. Charge battery.
Yay!
Battery pack.
And he did it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
That was worse than I thought it would be.
That was so much fun.
I like that.
That was a lot of fun. Let's do that again. Let's
Not,
do the...
not right now.
No. That would not be good for you.
No.
Okay. One more thing. Let's do it.
You know one more?
Yeah, we got time.
One more game. In honor of the NBA Finals finishing up.
Yep.
You have $15 to spend to create your perfect NBA player.
Okay.
First off, you got your scoring, shooting.
Okay.
Okay.
Scoring or shooting? Which one is it?
We'll go shooting.
Okay.
For $5,
Yep.
Steph Curry.
All right, I'm good. I'm gonna do that one.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
the only the other one?
No, I'm good.
You don't even care.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
You can say them because I know you worked really hard on them.
$4 was Larry Bird. $3 was Drew Holiday.
Okay.
$2 was Seth Curry.
Okay.
$1 was Dennis Rodman.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go Steph.
All right. Next, you got your athleticism.
Okay.
For $5, Vince Carter.
Okay.
$4, Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
$3, Zion Williamson. $2, Wilt Chamberlain. $1, Brian Scalabrine.
$2, Wilt, Mr. 100 points.
He didn't score 100 points, and he was not an athlete. He was just taller than all the plumbers that he played against.
Yeah, I'm still gonna take him for $2.
So you're an unathletic shooter.
No.
Yes, you are.
You can't
He
be
didn't play against
unathletic and
anybody.
score 100 points.
He didn't score 100 points.
He literally, I seen like stats, which obviously aren't true because he didn't score 100 points either.
Yeah.
He literally benched like 800 pounds, which I think it was like 400. I was maybe exaggerating a little bit. Yeah, that's a great, Google it.
All right.
How
Next.
athletic was Wilt?
Next, you got your defense.
Yep.
$5, Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
$4, Dikembe Mutombo.
Okay.
$3, Draymond Green.
Okay.
$2, Trey Young. $1, Isaiah Thomas. When it was like
Another steal.
Newer Isaiah Thomas, the little one. He was like as tall as me.
That was on that. Wow, really? I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
he
he was
was.
5'6".
I thought he was as tall as me. Sorry.
5'6".
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, $3.
1 inch taller than me.
$3 Draymond Green, and I got $5 left. Great.
You actually?
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna love this then. Next, you got your playmaking ability.
Yep.
For $1, you had Andre Drummond.
Okay.
$2, Ben Simmons.
Yep.
$3, Chris Paul. $4, John Stockton. $5. Can you guess who I would have put?
Kobe.
No, Magic Johnson.
Go through it again.
$5, Magic Johnson.
I mean, I have $5. I might as well spend it. Yeah,
Spend
sure.
it. That's not a bad player.
It's not a bad player.
That's a pretty good player, actually.
You're being so nice to me this episode. What's going on?
I'm hosting. I gotta be
Okay.
nice today.
I feel like I'm really mean every episode,
Most of the time.
but I love you.
I love you too.
We're a great team.
Yeah, I love you. I just don't always like you.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're on the same page.
Cool. Okay, guys. That's all she wrote for what episode is this?
6?
Next week, we will talk about the Ithaca camp
Yes, we will.
and 4th of July episode. Make sure to
You
bring
don't wanna
your
miss
swim floaties, your sunscreen, and like, comment, subscribe.
Share.
Go to our Instagram, follow us, sign up for a camp, take your child to a camp, come hang out with these guys. We will not be playing Chain Link.
No, we won't play Chain Link at the camp.
But other than that, yeah, we love you guys, and have a great day.
God bless.